on your mobile app and in Amersham and surrounding areas on 87.7 FM. This is Radio Christmas.
On Radio Christmas, the time, sponsored by Carlton Clocks, is 8 o'clock on Thursday the 6th of December. Your newsreader is Willie Reid. The news is sponsored by Binks Estate Agent. Think Binks for your next move. Meng Wanzhou, the daughter of the founder of Chinese telecoms giant Huawei, has been held on charges in Canada and faces extradition to the United States. Huawei's chief financial officer and deputy chair was arrested in Vancouver on the 1st of December. Specific reasons for the arrest have not been released, but the US has been investigating Huawei over possible violations of sanctions against Iran. China's embassy in Canada has protested vigorously at the arrest and demanded her release. UN-sponsored peace talks are about to commence in Stockholm in Sweden today with the aim of trying to end the nearly 4 years of civil war in the Yemen. Delegations from the Yemeni government and the Houthi rebels will meet under the auspices of the UN in talks aimed to last a week. This war has caused the worst humanitarian crisis in recent times. The top 10 colour choices for new cars in the UK, according to the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, show black shading it just ahead of grey and white, all with about 20% of the car market. This contrasts sharply with as recently as 1996, when the top-selling colours were green, followed by red and blue. At the bottom of the top 10 are the colours of yellow, bronze and orange. If you are driving one of these cars, well done for brightening up the roads, but you really are in a minority, with fewer than 1% each of the cars sold. The sports headlines are brought to you by First Touch Football, multi-sports and football courses for children aged 4 to 14. In the Premiership last night, Liverpool moved back to within 2 points of Manchester City at the top with victory at Burnley. In Scotland, Kilmarnock moved clear at the top with a 2-0 victory over Livingston. Celtic drew 1-1 at Motherwell, whilst Rangers went down 1-0 to Aberdeen. On the travel front, there are no problems on the Underground and on the Chiltern line. Traffic is running normal on local roads. On the M25 anti-clockwise, there is slow-moving traffic between Junction 20, A41, and Junction 18, the M40. And due to an earlier accident on the M40 near Handycross roundabout in High Wycombe, traffic is moving slowly there. The weather is supported by Amersham Deck for all your home and business decoration needs, whatever the weather. Come and see us on the Corinthian Estate, Rands Road. Today is going to be overcast with rain spreading from the west in the afternoon. Temperatures will hover around 10 degrees centigrade. Tomorrow will start wet before clearing later. Finally, Baroness Trumpington, codebreaker, chain smoker, land girl, Mayor of Cambridge, two-finger-flicking grand dame of British politics, who died recently, appeared on Desert Island Discs. When asked what luxury item she would take with her, she chose the crown jewels, because the SAS would come looking for her. That was the news, weather, sport and travel by Radio Christmas. And now over to Mimi.
You're tuned in to Radio Christmas on 87.7 FM, supporting Street Kids Direct and their work with street children in Latin America.
So I wait and I wait, but can't believe I ever let you go.
You can download the Radio Christmas app from the iStore or from Google Play and take the world's #1 festive Christmas radio station with you wherever you go.
Good morning. You're listening to the Community Show from 8 till 10 this morning with Mimi Harker and my special guests. So today's special guests it's actually quite a Wickham Sound team, because Wickham Sound are huge supporters of Radio Christmas and like to get involved whenever they can. So we've got Luke Davis here with us today, who is the dynamic dynamo of the Drive Time show. I mean, the energy and the passion and the enthusiasm that go into that show. You just listen for 5 minutes. Well, oldies like me, I'm afraid, exhausted. Good morning, Luke.
That's not true at all, Mimi. I don't know what you're talking about. You're always full of energy.
Oh, well, listening to you guys, I feel a bit, tired and old. Maybe I need to sort of rev it up a bit, to just sort of keep up in any way whatsoever. But I've also got with me Harry Salvage, who you will know because he does a regular show here on Radio Christmas, 87.7 FM. So, Harry, welcome to the Community Show.
Thank you very much. It feels weird being in the morning, because most people will associate this voice to evenings,
indeed,
not mornings, and it feels weird having other people in the studio with me.
Indeed. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, we're going to be absolutely inundated this morning. We've got a number of guests just popping in and out who are just going to be talking to us generally about the stuff they're doing. So we've got Adrian Lacey popping in a bit. His mum is a very famous children's author, so he's going to be coming in and talking to us a little bit about her books and what she's up to and her latest book. And I do believe we've even had a donation of some of those books to give away or to auction or to raffle. Highest bidders, please. We've got 1, 2 and 3 in the series, so that's got to be worth looking forward to. And they are really cute books. I mean, even I've read them. They're for 5-year-olds, but I've read them. So
what's wrong with a child's book? I've read a couple.
It's my mental age, so it should work fine.
Excellent. Well, we can sit here and we can have some excerpts throughout the show then. Maybe it could be story hour today. I've also got coming in today an unusual guest, because the guest who's coming in is going to remain anonymous.
Oh.
And he's going to remain anonymous because that's his persona. And
is it Banksy?
I wish it was.
You wouldn't be able to tell me if it was anyway.
Well,
it could be.
We wouldn't know,
no,
would
exactly,
we? Could
no.
walk in off the street and say I'm Banksy.
That's very trashy, that's true, yeah.
So yes, he does horror bedtime stories. That's his thing.
Right.
So we're going from nice bedtime stories to horror ones.
Indeed.
Yeah, just both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Exactly,
So you've got the lovely stuff for the kids, and then you've got the horror stuff for the grown-up kids. Yeah. So that's what we've got coming up today. As you know, Radio Christmas is all about raising money. We're celebrating 10 years of being in action, raising money for the Street Kids Direct charity. And if you want to get in touch with us and talk to any of my guests, you can call us on 01494 853 797, but you can also at the same time pledge a donation. You can also contact us, studio@radiochristmas.co.uk, or text us. Now, as you know, if you've been listening in this week, this is my favourite way. So it's 70099, starting your message with the word kids to ensure that we get it here at Radio Christmas. All your text messages cost £1 plus your standard network rate, but every single penny of that £1 comes into the coffers of us here at Street Kids Direct, and every pound you donate makes a life-changing difference to a young person in South America. So just bear that in mind. Text in all the time. We'd love to hear from you over and over again. If you've got anything you want to talk about this morning, if you want any questions for my guests, please text us on 70099, starting with the word kids. Get in touch. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and of course trendy Instagram. So would one of you like to choose a song for as we go into the next bit?
I believe it's my song. It will be Coldplay and Charlie Brown, because if anyone's listened to just any more than 5 minutes of any of my shows, then Coldplay will appear at some point during it.
Indeed. Fantastic.
So now it's time to listen to the music on Radio Christmas 87.7 FM.
Christmas is a festive charity radio station run by volunteers, many of whom are children, to bring you some great music and raise funds to help give street kids and high-risk kids a much happier Christmas and brighter future. Your support is vital, and so please do make a donation now via the Radio Christmas app or via radiochristmas.co.uk. Thank you.
You're listening to The Community Show with Mimi Harker and my special guests today, Luke Davis and Harry Salvage. And we've also got another special guest in the studio, as promised, and it's Adrian Lacey. Adrian, welcome to Radio Christmas.
Hello, and thank you for the amazing welcome that I've had since I've come in here. It's fabulous. Yeah.
Well, we love having you in because we're all very familiar with you and your mum, the wonderful author, Susan Lacey. And you've brought some bits and pieces in today.
Yeah, well, we've got Pikachu in the house.
I was going to say, Pikachu is definitely in the house. He's sitting here in the studio.
Yeah. Since I was last on Radio Christmas, we did another Jolly Quickly the Jumping Bean book. It went really well. It was at JPS Stationers in Chesham. It's got a foreword by Doctor Who actress Katie Manning in it. And it was just well attended, and we were pleased by the way the community came and supported that. We have got another book coming out, which is partly why I'm here, and obviously to support the station.
Of course, as you always do.
And basically, this time, it's been supported by a Pokemon actress, Veronica Taylor. If you know Pokemon at all, there is a boy called Ash in the story, and Ash goes around with Pikachu, which is why Pikachu's here. And basically, the voice of Ash has done the foreword in my mum's next book.
Right.
And
because I know all your mum's books, because I think I've been at every single book launch for her to help celebrate. When I started, of course, I was in chains. That's the only difference. And, of course, the last one I came along, I was chainless. But I was still welcome.
Oh, you were welcome to come in, and it was fabulous to see you.
Brilliant. No, I've enjoyed doing it, actually. Enjoyed it, because you always do the launches at JPS Stationers, don't you?
The first, we did do one at Waterstones, but
You've done one at
JPS
Waterstones,
has been the main place that we've been doing them. And it's nice because it's an independent store. And this is a book that has been independently made.
Indeed.
It's not using a big publisher. We are spending a lot of money making a book and a lot of hard effort and time, really, to get enjoyment for children, really. And I do the events with my mum because she wants to get her stories out there, get them read by children, get smiles on the face. And it's just for the enjoyment of doing it. I mean, I do this in my spare time. I don't get anything from this other than helping my mum get these books out there, and the support of these actresses that have helped us, Veronica Taylor and Katie Manning. It's been amazing. I mean, you just can't ask for more from these people.
So how have you managed to get them involved? Because obviously you're talking Doctor Who, you're talking Pikachu, and you're talking these sort of productions, which is it's quite high flying. So how have you managed to get them sort of interested and actually supporting?
Well, it's a mixture of social media mixed with me going to Comic-Cons in recent years and talking.
Okay.
Literally going to a Comic-Con. I know these people from my shows that I love, and I talk to them, and you get to know them. And Katie Manning, we would class now as a family friend. She's a lovely lady, and I would say the same about Veronica Taylor. They're lovely people to know, and if you ever get to a Comic-Con and talk to Katie, you're going to have a nice long conversation. She's a lovely lady, as is Veronica. So
yeah, I know Veronica was at I think one of the Wickham Comic-Cons a couple of years ago, and we went over and spoke, and she was lovely. So yeah, definitely someone really, really nice and just friendly and really nice. Because a lot of people you would think are they going to be nice? They're going to be friendly and talk to you, and yeah, she was lovely. Yeah.
That was actually the first time.
Was it the first time you met her?
In person, I met her, and that was a lovely Comic-Con. It was a smallish one in terms of Comic-Cons, but in Wickham, local, and you got to meet people that you wouldn't ordinarily see and talk to them.
Right. So I need to go to one of these, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't think they've done one in Wickham since that one, and it was a great event. Loads of people went. They had Boise and Marlene from Only Fools and Horses there. They had a load of cars there, and yeah, it was really busy, really, really good.
And I believe the current Darth Vader from Star Wars was there.
Oh yes, of course he was. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, my only claim to fame with anything trendy like that is when I went to a film. It was the film showing, the premiere of. It was the current. It wasn't the current. It was a previous Lord Lieutenant's wife who'd put something together. It was about the wartime in Buckinghamshire, and they were doing the launch at the studios down the road, the famous studios down the road, and I was told that I was too tall for the first time in my life.
Really? Surely not.
Yes, to audition for whatever little critters that they were auditioning for Star Wars or something.
Yeah, they are quite. Actually, I'm thinking they are quite small. Maybe me and you both don't. Neither of us would have been able to do that.
Goodness me, for the first time in my life, too tall. So, and your mum, she does the most amazing job with these books. They are so beautiful. They are so lovely. They really do capture the imagination of young people, but not just young people. You're reading through. I mean, when I've read through, I've been smiling when I've been looking at them and reading them, and just picking up the storyline. They're absolutely enchanting.
Yeah, these books really do cater for such a wide age group. I mean, the Bean books, very vibrant, bold, dominating colours. So, a baby that can't read yet can look at the pictures and just wow at the colours.
Indeed.
All the way through to teaching a child reading and an adult thinking, I've got a piece of Doctor Who or Pokemon here.
Yes.
And it's a rare piece of Doctor Who and Pokemon stuff in this book that if people don't come out and grab the books, they're never going to read these. Mm-hmm. And they're fabulous bits of words from them both. The new book.
We are going to come back after a short break and talk about the new book because we need to have your song choice first. We're going to have your song choice and we'll come back and we'll pick right up about the new book. So would you like to tell us what your song choice is, please?
It's a Spaceman Came Travelling. I couldn't think of a better Christmas song to put on.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you.
Why not be part of the fun this Christmas and join the Radio Christmas team? Check out how you can help on radiochristmas.co.uk.
Santa, every year the load of presents gets heavier.
Yes, Rudolph. That's because the houses in Beaconsfield have been growing. A team of wizards named SMB Services have been casting their spells to create wonderful extensions.
SMB Services?
Oh, they sprinkle their magic dust on roofs, kitchens, all sorts of jobs from fixing a gutter to building a complete new house. And they have their own specialist elves to lay the bricks, do the plumbing, plastering and electricity, whatever that is.
How about SMB Services put an extension on our stable?
Great idea! I'll use the telephone to call them on 01494 676 922.
Yeah, Dasher, what's the telephone?
Amersham.computers.com. Fast, friendly service. Fixes, upgrades, new systems. For all your home and small business computing needs, contact Amersham.computers.com.
Thinking of selling or letting your home? Think of Binks Estate Agents in Amersham. Successfully selling and letting property in your area for over 22 years. Think Binks for your next move. Based at our prominent office in Hill Avenue in Amersham, call us today on 01494 434 788. Or why not visit our website, binksweb.com now, and find out why our clients are so glad they chose us and what makes us different. Think Binks today.
Hi, my name is John White from Global Care. We have had a long-term partnership with Radio Christmas and Street Kids Direct and their wonderful work in Guatemala. This Christmas, you could be part of making a longer-term difference by sponsoring a child all year round. Just click on the Sponsor a Child button on the Radio Christmas website. Happy Christmas from all here at Global Care.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to Radio Christmas.
A spaceman came travelling on his ship from afar. 'Twas light years of time since his mission did start. And over a village he halted his craft, and it hung in the sky like a star. Just like a star. He followed a light and came down to a shed where a mother and child were lying there on a bed. A bright light of silver shone round his head, and he had the face of an angel, and they were afraid. Then the stranger spoke. He said, "Do not fear. I come from a planet a long way from here, and I bring a message for mankind to hear." Suddenly the sweetest music filled the air, and it went la 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 la. Peace and goodwill to all. This lovely music went trembling through the ground, and many were wakened on hearing that sound. And travellers on the road, the village they found by the light of that ship in the sky, which shone all around. And just before dawn, at the paling of the sky, the stranger returned and said, "Now I must fly. When 2,000 years of your time has gone by, this song will begin once again to a baby's cry."
Good morning. You're with the Community Show with Mimi Harker and my special guests today, Luke Davis and Harry Salvage. And of course, we have Adrian Lacey in the studio, who was talking to us just before the break about his mum's book. Susan Lacey, a fantastic children's author. I've read all the books, even though they are for children, because they are so charming and so enchanting. And just before the break, Adrian, you were about to tell us about her latest book.
Yeah, the new book. It's called The Magical Teddy Bear. And if you're familiar, of course, with the snowman, about the snowman coming alive, it's kind of got slight, tiny similarities. This is about a bear that is just a normal, average bear, comes alive, goes flying out the window and helps people.
Oh.
Literally, it's a feel-good story. Oh. It's just a bear that sees a problem, puts it right, sees another problem, puts it right. There's no baddie. It's literally helping. It's a bear that helps.
So does the bear help children or adults or both, or it doesn't matter, just someone that needs help?
It helps. There is a person in it that helps, and it helps animals. It helps whatever it comes across, and if there's a need, it tries to help.
How lovely.
And at the end of the night, obviously, it goes back to being a bear again, ready for being magical maybe once again.
Indeed, and you've actually brought some of the books in for us here at the studio.
Yeah, we've got the Jolly Quickly books here, and I've actually brought some in for Radio Christmas to give away as well, signed by my mum.
How lovely. Well, that signature itself is worth a fortune, so we're not giving them away.
Yeah, it's 15. There's 15 books there.
Yes, we're not giving them away.
5 of each.
We're here to raise money. We're here to raise money, Adrian, so I hope you don't mind if we use them as a fundraiser.
Yeah. auction them or however you want to do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to leave that to the boss to decide how we're going to actually deal with that. That's beyond my pay grade.
And I've also bought food for the troops as well.
Oh, I can see.
There's
What have we got
sweets.
here? We've got 3 tubs of sweets, celebrations, and we've got a Swizzles tub as well.
Being as it's Radio Christmas's birthday, I thought celebrations were appropriate.
Fantastic. How wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. So, guys.
I mean, I'm just looking at the books, the illustrations as well. I love. I mean, the bear just looks adorable and cute. You just want to give it a hug, which I suppose is good for a teddy bear. But yeah, they're just lovely. They're just lovely books, aren't they?
Beautiful, very colourful, lots of character and lots of characters. Very beautiful. Really beautiful. And you say your mum doesn't make anything from these. She just does it for love.
Well, it's a lot of money to make a book.
Yes.
And literally, it would take one of my mum's books to become a bestseller. I mean, we're talking literally equivalent of going viral on a tweet. It would literally need to go mad to actually make your money back and make a little bit of profit on these. But so obviously J.K. Rowling with Harry Potter, it went absolutely mad.
Yes.
She makes lots of money.
Yes.
When you have to make the book yourself, you're paying for the publisher, you're paying for the artist, you're paying to advertise it, you're paying to everything from nibbles at the book launch.
Of course.
And just to give you a tiny idea, that if you walk into a Waterstones today and you pay $5.99 for her book,
yes,
she will see under £1
really
for that book.
Gosh.
Okay, so, and if you spend, well, you can add it up in your head. If you're spending on just advertising, you say spend £50 advertising your book. That's not making it. That's not the artist. That's not the sort of blood and sweat and tears and all that that's gone into it. It takes an awful lot of books just to pay back the nibbles at the book launch. So yes, it is.
So how does she fund it?
It's just from saving, basically. She saved over the years and wants to share her stories, and they flow out of my mum. I mean, we could have the Mr. Men books. You know, he has Mr. Men for everything.
Yes.
Jolly Quickly could be on so many adventures that it'd fill up a room.
Amazing.
Same as the Magical Teddy Bear, it could go on many, many, many adventures. So it really is a case of you do it for the love of doing it and wanting to see the smiling faces. I mean, I help out. I try and I dress up sometimes at the book launches and things, and try and get the children in. And it's when you see a child open up the book and their face when they see the colourful pictures. I mean, it's something you can't recreate.
Yes.
It's just a natural seeing it, and the feedback I get when people have bought the books, it's been amazing. We've been told these books should be flying and doing well off the shelves.
Yes.
But the hard thing we find is getting people out. We can tell people there's a book signing. They say, I'm going to be there. Unfortunately, when the day comes, something, everyday life gets in people's way.
Absolutely. It could be anything. It could even just be that the weather's awful.
Yeah.
So people just don't want to venture out that day.
But of course, that won't stop me in this book launch being in my ash costume, standing there, even if it's tipping down with rain, hoping that people will show up when the book launch does come.
And have you got a date for that?
We have got a date. It's 27th of April, again at JPS Stationers.
Yeah, in Chesham.
I've approached Heritage House School to see if we can support them and it's a normal book launch, but we try and have a bit of a collection going on for charity as well. And I felt Heritage House School would be a worthy Chesham charity to support, and it's children related. It fits.
It's perfect.
So I thought that would be great. And I have actually got an email address that if you're interested in reserving a copy of the book, you're interested in getting your name down so that you get told when the book launch is going to be and anything like that, you can pop an email over and we will add you to a list and we will just let you know.
Well, let us know what it is.
Literally,
yes, go for it.
It is simply themagicalteddybear at gmail.com. I mean, it's literally themagicalteddybear at gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter. Mimi knows about me being on Twitter.
I do, indeed. And your lovely walks.
So you could always follow me on Twitter, and it's at AL4WFC, which is obviously my name, Adrian Lacey, for Watford Football Club.
Not Cheshire.
Don't start Harry off like this. Harry, sit down.
Yeah.
Are you a Watford fan, are you?
I am.
You're a Watford fan?
Yes, indeed.
Indeed. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know anything about footballers either. So there's music I don't know anything about. There's football I know nothing about. Doing well here.
So on another little note, my mum is big into music as well. She's got a song One Life that's currently out there still, sitting on iTunes.
We're going to try and find that for you for a bit later.
And there is also a bigger thing coming up in to do with her music, and it's musical related. The Little Theatre in Chesham by the park, there's going to be a performance of one of her musicals.
Oh, how lovely.
That she's done. It's a theatre company called the Hot Academy that are going to be doing it. They're performing arts people, and it's actually called Radiance, Sparkle and Shine.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's 9 songs involved in that.
Sounds like you're describing me there.
It's on the 30th of June as well, so it's going to be a busy year next year. But there's obviously focus is also going to be on this book signing. We're really hoping it goes well. Chesham and Amersham and the whole area has got a really big Pokemon Go community out there. And
do you know, I never knew.
And you might, I mean, it's big, and it covers. I mean, there's Hemel, Watford, Uxbridge. You know, it's the whole. Well, the whole country's got groups. But what I'm hoping is that this book, being as Veronica Taylor's involved, will galvanise them to think, I want a piece of Pokemon.
Yes.
Local Pokemon.
Yes.
It supports children. It's going to make smiles. Go out and come grab it. Help Heritage House at the same time.
Amazing.
I mean, it's in a way it should be a win-win situation. Charity should help. People get a lovely book.
Absolutely, and they are beautiful books. Now, if somebody wants to go and buy one of these for Christmas for a young person in their life, where would they go?
Right, Jolly Quickly the Jumping Bean.
Yeah.
You could walk into Waterstones in Chesham and they will order it in for you.
Okay.
You can also go onto Amazon. They're all on Amazon, so you can literally go on, type in Jolly Quickly the Jumping Bean. The trilogy comes up.
Amazing.
Katie Manning has got the foreword in 2 of the books. I mean, I could read you one of the forewords if you want.
We're going to have to go to a little song break first, but yes, when we come back, we could certainly do that.
And I could read you one of Katie's messages, and I think that will kind of sum up a little bit about the book.
What it's all about.
And
the people involved. So we are going to take a little break for some music, a musical interlude, and Harry, this is down to you.
It is, and one thing you may notice that me and Luke have very different music tastes, which off-air on Wickham Sound does get mentioned quite a fair bit. This is actually quite new on this, was only released on Friday. This is Anteros with Full Moon.
As the night falls, opens closed doors, and the wind sweeps us in and out of sleep. The clouds glide through the garden where we lay close forever for now. For a moment, stay behind. For tonight, there's no divide.
Try our new winter warmers. Gingerbread latte, mint hot chocolate or popcorn hot chocolate. Oh, and all for a good cause. Come in and try one. We're just around the corner in Sycamore Road, Amersham. Cafe Africa, Amersham's community coffee shop.
Looking for your perfect Christmas tree? Then look no further. Pop down to Harry Fisk's Christmas Trees at the Buckscote Centre, Old Risborough Road, Stoke Mandeville. Any tree for £25. Non-drop, best quality at the best price. Delivery is also available.
We gave 100 11 and 12-year-olds 2 minutes to come up with as many answers to some simple questions as they could. Can you guess what they came up with? Can you read the mind of a 12-year-old? On Radio Christmas this December, you can win cash simply by guessing correctly how many of our children came up with a particular answer to one of our questions. A different question will be posed each day, and all you have to do is text in the number of children you think came up with that answer. A daily winner will get £10 and the chance to play live on air for the weekly prize of £100. And if the prize is not won, then it will roll over to the following week or until Christmas Eve, when you could win a whole stocking full of cash. Tune in each day to win.
Thank you for listening to Radio Christmas, your festive charity radio station, playing the best seasonal music and helping to change the lives of children living on the streets this Christmas. Please help us make a difference by donating today. radiochristmas.co.uk.
You are listening to Radio Christmas 87.7 FM, and as you heard in the advert break just then, our daily quiz we have for you, and we asked 111 and 12-year-olds in 2 minutes to come up with as many answers to how many countries there are in South America, or different countries in South America. And today the question is, how many of the 100 children named Guatemala as an answer? So do text in your answer at 70099. Make sure you start your text with kids, so it actually comes to us. If your answer is nearest to the actual answer, which how many kids say Guatemala, you'll win £10 and have a chance to win £200 next Monday evening. So do text in your answer on 70099, and I'll hand over to Luke about where the roundtable Santa float is going to be. If I find the right... I've not even read this book properly yet.
Well, you see, I have. There we go. There's the float.
There's the one. I'll hand over.
Thanks, Harry. So today is the 6th of December, so let's get that right first. It's going to be at the Rise, the Green, the Drive, Highland Road, the Meadows, Nursery Close, Stanley Hill Avenue, Ashley Close, Cedar Grove, Hazel Park, West Stanley Avenue, and Bachelor's Way. Mimi.
Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Yes. So we need to know where Santa's going to be, because if you're listening and you're in any of those roads, please come out and give Santa a great big cheer. Absolutely, because it's so important that we do this thing. But it's also about raising money, isn't it? So do we know who we're raising money for this evening? It's Amersham Youth Activities. Okay, so we're raising money for them. So you know what? We need to support our young people. We absolutely do. So come out, come and support Santa, make nice big donations. Everyone says ka-ching, ka-ching, but I say shuffle, shuffle, because quite frankly, I like notes. So
I like that. I'm going to have to use that at some point.
Yes, indeed. No ka-ching. We'll just have shuffle, shuffle. It's much quieter. It's much nicer. So so much more, elegant to put a note in rather than shove a load of pennies.
That's very true, and it's lighter as well.
It is lighter, but it has more value.
Value, exactly.
Yes, indeed, and it really does work. So I mean, this is one of the things I've discovered with all the fundraising I do. If you ask people for notes, they're very happy to give them, but you have to ask.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought they, if you ask them for notes, they'd be like, ugh.
No, because what happens is we tend to say, let's just have your loose change. Just put all your loose change in the bucket, so people will just automatically put their loose change in the bucket.
And then it ends up like 20p and 2p coins.
Well, I'm not commenting, because every penny helps. Every single penny helps. So we've got Adrian Lacey in the studio with us. Adrian, I've just brought your coffee in for you, which is why I had a little break to go and run and get that, because you'd had one sip of it, I think, and then abandoned it. So here in Cafe Africa, where we're hosting Radio Christmas, they're looking after you, making sure that you get your coffee. Now, a resounding theme that has been gone through the whole of this week is because of the early start. Gosh, does my stomach rumble, and I keep smelling food everywhere. There's no food, but there's these tubs of sweets now today. So we had the biltong mountain the other day. We had the bacon sarnie yesterday, which set all the alarms off. And today we have tubs of sweets. I just don't know what to do. So, Adrian, over to you. You were going to tell us about, was it the musical you were going to do? You've already talked about the musical. You were going to do, you were going to read. Go on, go for it.
I thought I would read, I mean, it's not actually, because normally you have to buy the book to read a foreword.
Yes.
And obviously you're definitely not going to hear the one that Veronica Taylor's just written for the Pokemon book.
Indeed.
Got to buy the book. But I thought I would just read out one of the ones from the latest Jolly Quickly books, because I think what Katie Manning is saying really does sort of resonate. I mean, obviously it actually mentions me in it, but that's here nor there. It's more the fact that of what her words are and the meaning behind them. So if I quickly read it to you.
Of course, that'd be lovely.
Katie Manning wrote, Susan Lacey is dedicated to writing books to enhance and encourage children to read and feed their limitless imaginations. Jolly Quickly the Jumping Bean Goes Under the Sea does exactly this. It's delightful with beautiful, bright and humorous illustrations by Nicholas Milano. A parent herself, Susan has been given constant support by her son, Adrian. My little granddaughter is certainly going to find these charming books amongst her collection. Kisses, Katie Manning.
How lovely. That's really,
really nice.
It is, isn't it? And I suppose when because I mean, it's more your generation, this, not mine. So when you get somebody like that behind a project like this, I mean, what does that mean to you?
I think it's sort of like, depending on who it is, I think if you follow them, you feel like, well, if they like it, then I'm going to like it as well. Because I know if you've watched Pokemon for 10 years, or if you've watched Doctor Who for 10 years, then you feel like you have a connection with that person, and then you're like, if they like it, then I'm definitely going to enjoy this, and then it's like a seal of approval, basically. I feel,
and that helps, doesn't it?
Oh, it massively helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Endorsements.
And from a personal point of view, these actresses that have been involved and everyone that supports the books really does boost. I come home in an evening after work, and I sit down and I'm designing, and I'm talking to the illustrators, and I'm designing, and I'm talking to and it gives you a real boost knowing that there are people that out there, actresses that are endorsing my mum's work.
Absolutely.
They're seeing the work I've done, and that the pictures to try and make these children smile when they read the books.
Absolutely.
And it's got a response, and it's such positive words, and I think nowadays getting children and everyone to pick up books, don't need to be a child to pick up a book.
Yes.
Adults pick up a book. It doesn't have to be on a tablet, and you're thinking, oh no, swipe. It's the ruffle of the pages often. That's then the smell of the paper.
And that is a lovely point you make, because actually these days it is so much nicer. I love it when you can pick up a book, you can feel it, you can turn the pages, and each turn of the page is a surprise. But it's the colours, it's the whole atmosphere of reading a book, isn't it? It just envelopes you, which I'm afraid a flat piece of technology doesn't.
Yeah, and I also just want to say I can't thank enough Louise Raby, who's the current artist. You haven't obviously seen her finished work. But this time it's actually hand painting and scanning and sorting out. She's doing an awful lot of work to get these pictures done. Nicholas Milano beforehand, he was based in Argentina, Nicholas Milano. So I was talking from UK to Argentina to get these pictures right. So everyone that supported the book and all of my mum's books, I'd like to do a big thank you for supporting them. And obviously everyone in the future that's going to support these books. All I can do is shout out enough to, go out, grab these books, support a local person that's trying to do something here.
And how long does the whole process take, from sort of an idea to then writing the story to getting all the illustrations? How long does it take?
Well, I can give you a bit of an idea. I first met Louise Raby at a Comic-Con. It was actually the Swindon Comic-Con, and that was about a year and a half ago. And we were in mind about doing a new book, and we wanted to change illustrators, because with each book you have to get the illustrator to suit the words, and I obviously wanted to find the right illustrator. And I saw Louise Raby's stall, and she was just sitting there with her pictures laid out, and she hasn't done a book before. I have to make that note. She's only ever just done normal people have asked her to draw pictures. She's drawn them. I saw her work and thought, her work's right. This can become a book, a children's book. And we just approached her, and so you can say a year and a half in the making so far. I mean, and obviously it's not been launched yet, so I've still got work to do.
Yes.
And Louise Rabe is still busily working away on all these paintings and everything to make this perfect, so that when people do come to the book launch, it's perfect. I mean,
Indeed.
I like going to a bookstore and buying a book and think an effort's gone into making this, and I'm putting that same effort into what I'm doing to make the book, because I want this to be a book that I would pick up.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely. And I just need to let you know, Adrian, that as we're talking right now at this moment, our message, your mum's book is being all about it's being listened to in the following countries. So in the States, in Switzerland, Singapore, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Russia, Indonesia, Hungary, Italy, Denmark, Ireland, Belgium, France, Croatia, Spain, Romania, Greece and Gateshead.
Conveniently, it's on Amazon in all the different countries Amazon are in.
Fantastic.
So hopefully they're all jumping on thinking, Christmas present, Doctor Who, Pokemon, Magical Teddy Bear,
yes.
a green bean that goes on adventures.
Indeed, absolutely. Have we chosen another song, gentlemen? Whose song choice is it?
I think it's Adrian's.
Oh, it's Adrian's song choice. Right, what are we having?
I would like One Life if you found it.
We have found it for you. So we're going to pop that on for you, and we'll be back right after the break.
When you're standing in the shadows and your feet are on the ground, you can hear every whisper and every little sound. In the still of the morning, when a red flame is dawning, you have one chance to prove and a mountain to move. There are so many words said in so many dreams, and only one life to live. One life to live, and one dream to dream. One chance to make all things new, and one life to live, and one breath to take, one moment to care in your time. Only one heart to take control, only one song to fill your soul, only one side to breathe, only one chance to succeed, and only one life to live. You may have one chance in a lifetime. That's all you may have to follow your rainbow, follow your dream. One chance in a lifetime for love to be strong. One chance in a lifetime to carry on. One mind to love, one heart to feel, a moment to capture to make it seem right. One love to give, to never end, dreams to reality, one love to blend, one heartbeat, one moment, one dream, one life.
And that was One Life. And that was your mum singing, wasn't it?
No, it's Kirsta Johnston
But your
singing.
mum's song.
But my mum's song that I helped make and everything.
How lovely.
Yeah.
See, this is why it's the community show.
And how creative is your mum?
Yeah.
Books, songs, amazing. Musicals as well.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing lady. And she's gorgeous as well when you meet her. She's so sweet. She's just lovely. She just radiates. You know what I mean? She just radiates.
Lovely.
She's a wonderful person. So, Adrian, it's been an absolute joy to have you in the studios this morning. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing Susan Lacey's wonderful books with us.
Well, it's been fabulous being here, and I just want to wish everyone at Radio Christmas a very happy Christmas and New Year.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for the sweeties. They're very welcome for our birthday celebrations. I don't know if I'm going to put them out there, whether I'll get any. Debating. Yeah, you see, there you go. The answer came out.
Duncan will take them all.
No, so what are your plans for the rest of the day? You're off somewhere now? Go back to work?
Work this afternoon, but a little bit of time this morning to listen into a bit more of the show.
Amazing. Well, we are back for the next hour of the community show, and it's over to the news.
When the falling snowflakes glisten, you know it's time for old St. Nicholas, and all the folks are gathering around to listen to Radio Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.